Hey everyone, welcome back to Coding Charms. In today's video, we are going to be addressing a most common question that engineering students have in their mind when they join college or start their placement journey, which is how to get into top tech companies. If you are someone who is aspiring to join companies like Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, or any other company, then you must learn DSA. DSA stands for Data Structures and Algorithms. This video is exactly going to be about getting started with DSA. Before before going into that, most of you might be confused. Why should we learn DSA and what is the role of DSA in getting into the companies? DSA is asked in technical interviews of almost every company. They judge the problem solving skills of engineers by giving them a problem which can be solved using data structures and algorithms. Now that we have seen why, let's talk about how to start learning data structures and algorithms in a step-by-step manner. Step 1 is learning a programming language. Programming language is a way to communicate with the computer. You can pick any programming language and start learning. There are three most commonly used programming languages. They are C++, Java, and Python. Most of the students are confused while picking up a coding language. You don't have to be that picky. You can start learning any language and get the basics right. Then you can switch to any other programming language with an ease. Let me briefly tell you about the advantages and disadvantages of learning these programming languages so that may help you in picking up one language based on your interests and choice. Starting with C++, C++ is easy to learn, considering that you have already learned C in your first semester. It has a good set of libraries known as Standard Template Library. It is fast and runs in less time. So the problem solved in C++ might get accepted while other programming languages might give you TLE. TLE stands for time limit exceeded. If you want to build projects using web development or AI and ML, then C++ might not be that useful. Java. Java is a little hard to learn because Java is purely a object-oriented language. So you also have to learn object-oriented concepts. It has a good set of libraries known as collections. All the data structures and algorithms are pre-implemented in collections so that you can use them in your code by just importing them. If you want to develop full stack web applications or the projects using Spring Boot, then Java is best. Java is most widely used language in the industry. So if you want to do internships or while joining the job as well, Java is helpful. Java has long code. So in the interview setup, you might have to think about the coding time when you pick up Java, as it takes 5 to 10 minutes for coding up the solution. Python is easy to learn as it is language friendly. It's almost like English with very less syntax. It has a good set of libraries as well, which you can use in your code. If you want to develop ML and AI projects, then Python will be useful. Also, if you want to develop web development projects, there are Python frameworks like Flask and Django, so you can learn them as well. If you start with Python, it is slow. So if you implement your solution using Python in contests, sometimes it may give you a time limit exceeded exception. Now that you have picked up a programming language, let's see where to learn it. The best place to learn a programming language is from the documentation of the language itself. Or else you can refer to YouTube tutorials. There are tons of videos on YouTube for each programming language. Next, practice. Practicing is the key. You can learn and practice a programming language by solving problems in websites like HackerRank and HackerEarth. Now that you have learned a programming language, the next step is to learn data structure and algorithm concepts and implement them on your own. Where to learn them? You might have taken a college course or You can learn from YouTube tutorials. The famous and the best channel is by Abdul Bari sir. He explains the data structure and algorithm concepts so well with examples. You can also check out Harvard's free classes and MIT's classes as well. There are again tons of resources on YouTube which you can check out. This is going to be my next video, which is resources to learn DSA. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell notifications button so you get notified whenever I post such useful content. So back to learning DSA. After you have read the theory behind the data structures and algorithms, and then the next step is code them from scratch. Implement the linked list on your own from scratch. You will better understand the operations of the linked list like add node, remove node, update node, etc. So that you can remember all the important operations and understand the internal working of each and every operation and data structure. Sometimes in the interview, the interviewer might straight away ask, can you implement merge sort or quick sort? How keepify operation works, etc. These are the favorite questions of interviewers in the phone screen round. In my Google's phone screen interview for a software engineering intern, they have asked me about quicksort, merge sort, and its time complexity, BFS, TFS, differences between BFS, TFS, etc. So make sure you get your basics right before getting started with problem solving. Once you have understood the theory behind data structures and algorithms full-fledgedly, then start solving problems using them. First, start solving easy problems, then move to medium, and then hard. There are many websites where you can do problem solving. Firstly, you can start with HackerRank and HackerEarth. Then you go for LeetCode and GFG. LeetCode is my personal favorite. LeetCode has tons of interview problems asked in top tech companies. It started out as a list of the problems and then it is grown to a website. It also conducts the daily challenges. We solve the daily challenges in this YouTube channel as well. So make sure you subscribe. LeetCode also arranges weekly and bi-weekly contests. So you can practice more by participating in those contests. Then GFG. GFG is good for different types of articles, interview experiences, and it also has problems. So you can practice there as well. If you want to solve a standard set of problems and do a quick revision for all sort of problems before an interview, you can check out Interview Bit. Finally, Spot. Spot is a biggest online coding judge. It has many problems. You can practice there as well. The next step is practicing. So you have to keep practicing. Practicing is the key in problem solving. There is no other way rather than practicing. No secret sauce. You have to keep practicing until you recognize the patterns. So there are patterns. While you will observe some patterns while solving the problems. Some set of problems can be solved by some pattern. If you are able to recognize the pattern in the interview, you can solve it with an ease. There are some common set of patterns like sliding window, two pointers, row fast pointers, greedy, DFS, BFS, topological sort, union find, and more. So I'm planning to make a series on these patterns. So there are top 14 patterns covered in the Cooking the Coding interview course. So I'm thinking to make a series out of it. So if you want, make sure you comment in the comment box below. Based on your interest, I will try to make a series of Cooking the Coding interview course. And next, mock interviews. Last but not the least is the mock interviews. Mock interviews are very helpful because normally when you are solving a problem, we might take a lot of time. There will be no time bound, no pressure. You don't have to explain it to someone. If you understand the problem, it's enough to solve. But in the interview scenario, you are there with your interviewer. You both have to discuss the problem and arrive at a solution. So mock interviews helps to experience it and practice your explanation skills and build up a dialogue flow. For mock interviews, you can ask your friend or a buddy who is preparing for the interviews, or you can check out the websites like Faangm, where you can find a candidate who is preparing for the interviews and schedule an interview. That's all I have for today's video. More videos of this kind more videos of this kind are coming your way. I'm planning to do resources on data structures and algorithms and sharing some of my Faangm interview experiences with you. So make sure you subscribe to the Coding Charms. And if you find today's video insightful, show some love and smash the like button for me. See you all in my next video. Keep practicing, keep grinding. Bye.